Recording in
Good evening. Welcome to the in-person and virtual meeting of the Planning Development Advisory Committee of September the 10th, 2024. Tonight we'll have one meeting, the Committee of Adjustment, and we'll have one minor variance for consideration by the Committee of Adjustment. Please note that the meeting is video and audio recorded, and all electronic meetings are uploaded to the municipality's YouTube page. By registering to participate in the meeting by electronic means, you're consenting to have the likeness and comments recorded and posted on YouTube. So we'll start with a roll call. We'll start with Chris Picard.
Present.
Paul Sedra.
Present.
And Amanda Knight.
Present.
Councilor Spruce, I'm present as well. In attendance, we have our Secretary Treasurer, Lynn Banks, to my right, and to her right is our Township Planner, Michael Sopa. Okay, so let's move into item number 3, moment of reflection. Thank you. So then would you read out the resolution?
And that the committee approves the September 10th, 2024 agenda as circulated.
Okay, may I have a mover? Paul, seconder? Chris, all in favor? Thank you. Let's move into disclosure of pecuniary interest. Any disclosure of pecuniary interest? None? Okay, so Lynn, do you want to move into the next one?
That the committee of adjustment approves the minutes from the meeting held on August 13th, 2024.
Do you have any comments? I've got one item, I think Amanda raised it, and it's to do with, is there a timeline that must be followed to begin construction of new dwelling? This is the one we did on Brock Road, so everyone want to respond to that?
Yes, I was, through the Mr. Chairman, I was able to find out the information regarding what is the definite timeline for any use, which is, there is no distinct timeline, and it is a legal matter which is set by the court, and it is case by case. So it is not in committee's power to put any timeline. However, there is an interest of owner to go proceed with the foundation in the earlier next spring, and it always has been the intention of the owner to demolish the building and start building a new building.
Follow us now? Okay, so may I have a mover and seconder for the minutes? Moved by Amanda, seconded by Paul, all in favor? Thank you. Okay, so application for minor variance or permission under section 45 of the Planning Act. We'll proceed into the hearing part of the meeting, and the purpose of this hearing is to inform and provide the public with the opportunity to ask questions or express views with respect to the minor variance application before us today. The township requests you please notify the Secretary Treasurer of the committee by email at lbanks@postons.ca if you wish to be on record, would like to be notified of future hearings and decisions regarding this particular application. So I'll read out the application which we're doing, which is minor variance application U13-CRA, Carly Bryan 6890, concession 4. Requesting relief from new comprehensive zoning bylaw 23-2018 as amended from section 4.16.1A to permit a reduced MDS1 setback for the separate parcel to be 360 meters instead of the required 347.9 meters. Okay, and I'll relate to format. Staff will present the information report, specifically outline the purpose of the application, summarize compliance with the township's notification submission requirements, outline staff comments. Then we'll ask the applicant to come forward, present the purpose and details of the application, and any further relevant information. Following this, the public can likewise obtain clarification, ask questions, or express their views on a proposal. You'll have a maximum of 10 minutes to speak. And following this, the members of the committee can likewise obtain clarification, ask questions. And if a member wishes to add a condition, I will ask for the vote on the condition. The committee will then deliberate and deliberate the application rather with any approved conditions and render a decision. And the decision will be subject to 20 day appeal period. Okay, Lynn, would you please summarize the application notification submission requirements outlining staff, agency, and public comments and recommendations?
Notice that the application was given in accordance with the provisions of the Planning Act. Notice requirements for the application have been met and the following comments were received. The township's fire, building, bylaw, and public works departments all had no concerns. Source water is advised that the property is located in a vulnerable area, but the activities as indicated would not create a significant drinking water threat, and the application can be screened out. And it does not require section 59 notice under the Clean Water Act. They did note that they may provide comments on any future applications subject to this property, given the vulnerable areas. County of Wellington Planning said that planning staff note that the proposed variance is in advance of a consent application. However, the comments provided within this letter are related to the variance only, and staff have not evaluated the appropriateness of the severances as part of this commenting process. Any severance application for this site will be reviewed at the time of application submission based on its individual merits and consistency with the county's lot creation policies and any other applicable county and provincial policy. Overall, planning staff have no concerns with the proposed minor variance, provided that the township is satisfied that this application is minor in nature and in conformity with the direction of the provincial guidelines regarding MDS setbacks. It is further noted that the farm data sheets submitted along with this application are from 2018 and need to be updated. Comments from the County Roads Division should be considered as proposed several lot is located on County Road, Wellington Road 35. I will note that Shoemaker provided us with updated MDS sheets this morning, and they were forwarded on to the committee. The county closes with the township should be satisfied that all concerns from the Grand River Conservation Authority are addressed. The development is minor, that safe access is available, and that the intent and purpose of the official plan is maintained. County of Wellington Road Department had no concerns, and the GRCA said it has no objection to the proposed minor variance application, and that information currently available at the office indicates that the subject property contains portions of the provincially significant Cranberry Oil Well Bog Wetland Complex and the regulated allowance adjacent to the wetlands. They further noted that due to the presence of these features, portions of the property are regulated by the GRCA, and any future development or other alteration within the regulated area will require prior written approval from the GRCA in the form of a permit. They also noted that the severance sketch prepared by JD Barnes Limited dated August 28, 2024 demonstrates that the proposed lot to be severed is outside of GRCA's regulated limit. And their last comment was the GRCA staff does not have any concerns with the proposed severance concept, but they will provide formal comments on the subsequent consent application.
Good, thank you. So would the applicant please come forward? If I was wondering if we can blow it up a little bit. And please state your name and for the record.
My name is Nancy Shoemaker. I'm the planning consultant representing the owner on this application. Good evening, committee members. This application, I wanted to address the part one that we're proposing for the consent. It started out being a property very similar to a consent that was taken in 2002 from this I'm gonna call it the northwest corner of the original property. But we've had conflicting comments back from GRCA. In some instances, they allow the property to go within the regulated area. But in this case, they came back to us and said, no, they didn't want any part of the new property to be within the regulated area. So that's why we have a bit of a jog, so it's not quite as deep and it's a wider lot than the 2002 consent. In addition, our GIS mapping showed the regulated areas. We've shown there the dashed line, the outer, but the GRCA came back and said that the GIS mapping was not correct and they wanted the depth as we've shown now in part one. So that's why the property is configured the way it is. So in terms of the MDS, because there are with this application, and actually previous to this application, there were more than 3 units 4 or more units in the area. We had to go to a type B calculation for the MDS, and that effectively doubles what a normal NDS one would be. So, in this case, really the purpose of the MDS is, really to avoid nuisances or conflicts between agricultural operations and, new rural residential. If we don't believe that would be the case in this instance, there are already numerous houses in this area that, are coexisting with the existing chicken operation on the Crawley property. The prevailing winds are in the opposite direction of this consent, and it isn't a significant change. It's about 20 meters, and if the creation of this lot would not impact the ongoing operation of that existing farm, because in fact, on Concession Road 4, there's a rural residential property that is located closer than this new residential property. So further expansion to that agricultural operation to the chicken barns wouldn't be permitted in any event. So we're hoping the committee will support the proposed minor variance. I'd be happy to answer questions.
So let's turn over the public. Lynn, Nicole, do you have anybody in the audience who'd like to speak, ask questions?
If anyone in the audience that is attending the meeting would like to provide any comments or ask any questions, please use the raise your hand function at the lower right-hand corner of your screen.
We have none, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. So let's turn it over to the members of the committee. So we'll start with you, Chris.
Thank you. I've read and heard a couple of numbers about the requested reduction, either 360 or 347.9. Which is it?
So originally, originally we made the application with the property being the same depth.
Right.
And that's when GRCA, and so that was the original minor variance. And then GRCA came back and said, no, they wanted that revised. So we revised it. So the closest lot now is 300, or sorry, yes, the lot line is 360 as opposed to the 387. So I have two setbacks, one to the manure,
Mhm.
which is the kind of smaller building closer to the lot, and yes, that one, and then the chicken barn itself. So really, the manure, both are the same MDS requirement, but the manure is closer, so we've asked for the 360 in lieu of 387.
And it's just follow the line for a moment. So I was trying to find that number on the drawing that showed that exact sketch. And I'm just struggling to figure out how that is demonstrated here. And maybe you want to stand up and point at it, Nancy. and
Sure.
That would clear it up for me.
Yeah, I'm struggling too. It should be 347.9. Could
This
that,
helps.
Well, I get the 347.9 to the, sorry,
this,
to the larger building.
no, the 347.9 is this
Yep.
one. The 357 is to the barn.
Yeah,
The consent is for 347.9, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, the reduction is to 347.
it's not to 360. Okay,
Yeah, the only, and what we were showing here is, on this side, this this part is totally outside of
Mhm.
the MDS.
So I think my point for my colleagues is, I would like us to be clear
Yes,
that the reduction is to 347.9, not 360.
yes, I'm sorry. I think I had a corrected letter, but
Yeah, it's just the material we have. Of course, it comes out
okay.
before you may have a chance to correct it, so. I think that covers it for me. Thank
So
you.
sorry, what are you saying, Chris, that it's 347 instead of 360?
It's 347.9 according to Nancy,
Yeah.
not 360 is the request.
Okay, so the agenda is incorrect. So it's 347.9 instead of,
360. Oh, I understood what the agenda might have said 360.
yeah, no, it's set to be 360 instead of 347. It should be 347.9 instead of 360.
Should be 347.9 instead of 387.
Yes.
Yes.
So the reduction is from 387 to 347.
Instead of 387.
Yeah, the required
Last
is
one again.
387.
So there's
Correct.
387.
The MDS requirement is 387.
Yes.
The requested
347.
distance is 347.9, so
Got it.
whatever that math is.
39.1.
Like that, yeah.
Okay, so, over to you.
Actually, just more within the committee, and I totally understand this is just for the variance, but I'm just trying to understand, because this is, I've seen this very often. We only have the variance. Was there a severance done here in 2022 in the same property
No, they're actually doing the variance prior to the.
prior to the severance? I guess the reason I'm bringing this up is if there was a severance done in 2022, it's not gonna meet the tests, correct? So what's, it's,
Sorry, it's 2002.
okay, not 2022,
Yeah.
okay. That's good.
I have no additional.
Okay, couple of comments. First of all, we're talking about the variance, to the barn, chicken barn.
Well, the way the MDS is, I have a setback to the chicken barn, but I also have a setback to the manure. So when you do the calculations, it's exactly the same calculation. So,
So we do not need a minor variance to the second one, 2 minor variances?
well, the minor variance is to 349.7.
347.9.
Okay, 340. Period. So
Okay, so
the
it's
barn's
not-
already well beyond that.
Okay, so I see what you're saying. Okay, gotcha. All right, and the other thing is, I'm gonna suggest we add a condition here that this minor variance is subject to, approval of the, severance applications. No use having, minor variance if there's no severance application for it. Okay, any other comments or questions? Okay, so, Lynn, could you just read out the, wording that we're gonna be voting on?
In the matter of section 45 of the Planning Act as amended, a new comprehensive zoning bylaw number 23-2018 is amended. And an application for a minor variance requesting relief to permit reduced MDS 1 setback for the severed parcel to be 347.9 meters instead of 380 meters as required,
387.
87 meters as required. And the condition is that it is subject to approval of a severance application.
Okay, so, everybody agree with the, condition?
Yes.
All agree? Okay, fair enough. So let's, vote on the actual application and, take into consideration and judgment whether the application meets the 4 tests to consider minor variance. So we'll go around the table. Chris, for if I approve, not approve, or
I approve.
Okay, Paul? Amanda? And I approve as well. Thank you.
Can I read the resolution?
Yeah, please read the resolution.
That the money raised decision as made by the committee be approved with the condition as previously noted.
Mover? Amanda, second, Chris, all in favor? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's, we have no reports. Do we have any, new business? Anybody have any new business thing up? No? And the, move that the committee of adjustment, motion, could you please read that?
That the committee of adjustment hereby adjourns at 7:23 PM.
Mover? Chris, second, Paul, all in favor?
Mhm.
Thank you. We shut it down now, Chris?